but we have to correct a mistake that Miss Brown made. When we were doing our vocabulary words, I was telling you sniffer. This is chomper, not chopper. It's chomper. Chomper. It's chomper. Chomp, chomp, okay? So I just wanted to say that. Now, we're going to go straight into our math. Teachers make mistakes too. We're going to go into our math. And with our math kindergarten, this is what we're going to be talking about. With our math kindergarten, we're going to be talking about compare sets of objects up to at least 20 using comparative language. Comparative language means greater than, less than, equal to. Well, Ms. Brown, what are you saying about that? We're going to go more into that in a moment. But let me see if you've been practicing your counting by tens. How many people have been practicing their counting by tens? Let me see your hands. I know. And I'm proud of those people that have. For those people who haven't, that's okay. We're getting ready to do a quick review. Are you ready? Let's go. We're going to go over to our chart. I'm going to spin my chair. We're going to go over to our chart. And we're counting by tens, boys and girls. We're counting by what? Tens. Let's go. Are you ready? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120. Boys and girls, when we're counting like that, we do not say and because we're not dealing with addition and subtraction, or we're not dealing with decimals, and we're not dealing with money. So when we're saying 110, we're not saying 110, we're saying 110. Very good. So let's go into our actual comparing numbers. When we're comparing numbers, we're seeing how much something is or how less of something is. So Ms. Brown made a couple of little charts to help us out a little bit. And on our chart, our first chart, we have some manipulatives. And on our this is the first set of manipulatives, this is our second set of manipulatives, and this is our third set of manipulatives. Remember, we're comparing numbers. How can we do our first set to help us out a little bit, to help us compare numbers? What strategy can we use? I'm going to let you think about it for a moment. What do you think, Navy? How can we compare those numbers in that first set of manipulatives? You're absolutely right. We can put a number over it to help us solve it a little bit better. So Ms. Brown is going to get her pen, and we're going to solve the numbers real quickly. And we're going to see exactly how to do our numbers. Boys and girls, there's nothing wrong with using strategies. Strategies helps us out a lot. So Ms. Brown's going to draw a line, and we're going to do this first set. This first set, how many is that? Let's count. 1, 2, 3. There are 3 objects there, so I'm going to put a number 3. The 3 is put there to tell us how many we have with that group or that set. Our next set, anybody want to help me count by twos? 2, 4, 6. So the number is 6. So what can we say to compare these numbers or these sets? 3 is less than what? 6. Very good. Let's do our second set. Our second set. Let's count how many we have. I know how to count by 3s as well, but I'm not going to do that. That's for another day. We're going to count by 2s and do a real fast count. That's 2, that's 4, that's 6, that's 8, that's 10. How many is that? That's 10. So I'm going to write the number 10 right there. And then I'm going to go over to this group, and I'm going to do the same. But I'm going to do something a little bit easier to make it easier for people that's at home to look. 2, 4, 6, 8. So how do we say this in comparative language? What do you think, Corey? Would you like somebody to help you out? Mackenzie, could you help us out with that? How would you read that? I'll give you a chance to think. You need a little help? Okay, Ms. Brown will help you a little bit. 10 is greater than 8. Very good. 10 is greater than 8. Okay? We're not talking about the signs right now. That's first grade. It's going to be talking about science. We're going to just talk about comparing, okay, without the signs. We're just doing objects. And our next one is, let's count by twos. 2, 4, 5. Put a 5. And 2, 4, 5. Wait a minute. Guys, something's happened. What do you think has happened? Wow. I don't know. Can somebody help me? Kiasia, what do you think has happened? You don't know? What about you, Messiah? You want to tell us what happened? You're right. Even though the objects are in a different way, they still are 5. It's 5 here and it's 5 there. So how would we say that in comparative language? We would say 5 is equal to 5. Very good, boys and girls. Give yourself a pat on the back because you did an awesome job. Very good. So we're going to go away from that one. And Ms. Brown is getting ready to bring another board up. We have more manipulatives. We have a set at the top and we have a set at the bottom. And I'm going to give you a chance to get your piece of paper out. And Ms. Brown wants you to draw this for her. Could you draw this for me? And everything. Diamond is in here and Diamond wants to say hello. So we're going to let Diamond say hello in a little bit. I don't know if she wants to say hello. She's taking a siesta. Tell him hi, Diamond. Tell him hey. Say I'm learning my math today too. She's responding back. Did everybody get their paper out? Let Miss Brown help you out a little bit. As you can see on the board, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 objects on this side, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4 on this side. So how could I say this in comparative language? I can say 5, and I'm going to do the strategy to help you out. I'm going to put a 5 at the top to help me out, and I'm going to put a 4 over here. So I'm going to say 5 is greater than what? 4. You're absolutely right. Did you get that right? If you did, give me a thumbs up. Now let's look at the second problem. And in our second problem, we can count by twos or we can count one at a time. But we're going to count by twos to make it easier. 2, 4, 6. So our number is 6. So I'm going to write a number 6 at the top of that set of objects. And over here, we're going to count by twos and we're going to do one more. 2 and 3. 2 and 1 more is 3. So how do we read this problem? 6 is what? Greater than 3. Do you get it? I'm glad you do. Now Ms. Brown is going to do something and she's going to turn her board over and she's going to write a few problems or numbers. And I'm going to see how many people can tell me by looking at the numbers, and I'm going to do some objects what the answer will be. So let's do numbers first. We're going to try to do this all the way up to 20. So let's try to do these numbers. And I want you to tell me what you think they are. So we're going to do this number right here. My numbers are 15 and 18. So how would I say that in comparative language? Anybody want to take a guess? Yes, I would say 15 is less than 18. Okay? I don't want you to say smaller. I don't want you to say bigger. I want you to use the correct terminology. And the terminology is 15 is less than 18. Let's try another number. Anybody want to call out some numbers for me? How about you, Kiasia? Give me a number. Okay, 10 and 13. Very good. She gave me 10 and she gave me 13. So how do I say this in comparative language? I would say 10 is less than 13. So 10 is less than 13. Okay? Let's do another one. We're going to get a big number now. What are my numbers? 20 and 12. So how would I say that in comparative language? 20 is greater than 12. Very good. So what if I change this 20 to 12? How would I say that in comparative language? I'll give you a moment to think. You are correct. 12 is equal to 12. Very good, boys and girls. Good job. Now, let's talk about what we've learned in math. We've learned that when we're comparing numbers, we must say the correct wording or the correct terms. And our words are greater than, less than, and equal to. Those are the words that we're supposed to be using when we're doing comparative language. So greater than, less than, and equal to. And these are the signs for them. I'm just going to show you. We're not going to be talking about that yet, but I wanted to show you what they look like. Ms. Brown showed everybody a strategy to use when we're doing these signs as well, but we'll talk about that in the next lesson. So what I'm going to do is I'm going straight into our social studies lesson with everybody. And we're going to stop with our math. And we're going to zoom in on our social studies. Our social studies is right here. For kindergarten, it says describe how your life would change without technology. Well, how would your life change without technology, boys and girls? And first grade, yours is describe the components of various jobs and everything. But before I go into social studies, boys and girls, let me go ahead and finish first grade's math. Let me go ahead and do them because you guys had a chance. Let me do math with my first grade. First grade, you're going to have to be on it. You're going to really have to be on it because those kindergartners was really doing what they needed to do. So what you're going to do is we're going to count by fives again this week. And the reason why we're counting by fives again, because we're getting ready to go into time real soon. We're getting ready to go into time. And I really need you to know how to count by tens and fives. Okay? Are you ready? Let's go first grade. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100, 105, 110, 115, 120. As you see, again, I reiterate, I did not say and because we're not talking about money. We're not talking about addition and subtraction or anything like that. So we have to be careful not to say and. We never say 115, we say 115. So we're going to go into our segment on our math. And we're going to be talking about representing comparisons of two numbers to 100 using symbols like greater than, less than, and equal to. Well, we go straight into our studying today. And boys and girls, I have placed some numbers on our board. And on our board, you see 98, 120, 75, 63, 53, 53. Well, boys and girls, when we're talking about our lesson, let's talk about our symbols. First of all, we have to know what our symbols are like. So let Ms. Brown show you the symbols. And our symbols are greater than. Greater than looks like this. That's the symbol for greater than. Less than. Less than looks like this. Less than, it kind of goes to the, it has an L, less, and it goes to the left. The dot goes to the left. This one greater than goes to the right. Remember Ms. Brown told y'all about that? And then equal to is the easiest one of all, because it's just two straight lines. Okay. But when we're doing that, boys and girls, let's talk about how to solve a problem, or how to figure out what the numbers, how to put the symbols in the correct spot. Let's put it like that. We have 98 and we have 120. Let's look at this. Ms. Brown gave you a strategy. What did Ms. Brown tell you to do? Ronnie, can you answer that question for me? Yes, we do. We find the biggest number and we put two dots. So our biggest number out of 98 and 120 is 120. So I'm going to put two dots by 120. And then I'm going to put one dot by 98 because that's my smallest number. And then I'm going to connect the dots. And it tells me 98 is less than 120. So we're going to do another one. Which one of these is my biggest number? 75. I'm going to put two dots. 63 is my smallest number. I'm going to put one dot. I'm going to connect the dots. When I connect the dots, I have 75 is greater than 63. Let's look at the next one. Our next one is 53. They're the same thing, so I put a straight line. You can do this because they're the same number, if it helps you. Let's try a couple more. And then we're going to go into our social studies. One more, and then we're going to go into social studies. Let's put our thinking caps on. 247 and 183. Find the biggest number, put two dots. Find the smallest number, put one dot. Connect the dots. 247 is greater than 183. Boys and girls, I hope that you understood about your comparing numbers with symbols. So what you're going to do is I'm going to give you something to do online, and I would like you to post, and I want some very neat work. Now, we're going into our actual social studies for today. Kindergarten, I want you to describe how your life would be without technology. What would you do? How would you survive without it? What could you do in place of your technology? Technology. For example, this is technology in a sense. I can cut it on and it makes a sound. And it tells me different things because it talks back to me. But what could I do if I wanted to learn my alphabets and I didn't have that? I would have to do what? The old-fashioned way. A, B, C, D. Okay. Kindergarten, you're going to be doing that. How would your life change if you did not have a computer or a cell phone or a tablet? First grade, this is what I need you to do. In social studies, you're going to describe components of various jobs. That means if I'm a truck driver, what do I do on a truck? Okay, example, truck, driver. Truck drivers do what? They drive trucks. They drive. What else do they do? Carry packages or carry items. What else can they do? A truck driver. They drive, they carry items. What else do they do? Don't they look for different things to, don't they go to different places? Go different places. Okay, they do all those things. But suppose a truck driver didn't get his load on time. Do you think he was doing a good job? That's what Ms. Brown wants you to think about. What makes a good a truck driver? What makes somebody good at their job? What do they have to do? And I want you to write about it for me, boys and girls. That's your social studies. let's recap on some of the things that we've learned. In social studies, we talked about, for kindergarten, we're going to be talking about how would you survive, or how would life be without technology. And in first grade, you're going to be talking about various jobs, what makes the characteristics of a job, and what keeps a person having a good job. How do you know they're doing a great job? So we're going to stop right there for today, and I will see you again in a couple of days. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. We'll see you later. Thank you.